distinguished delegates, my dear colleagues and friends, a very good afternoon. I just want to thank the organizers for accepting this paper where I have given a conceptual framework for planning the networking of ODL institutions for establishing an integrated distance education system in India. As all are as all of you are aware that distance education system in India is one of the biggest distance education system in the world. It serves to the education aspirations of around millions of people in India, and it forms about 14 open universities and around 200 distance education institutions in India. This paper proposes for establishing an integrated distance education system in India by designing modern technology-based communication network, that is by connecting all the ODL institutions and the distance education institutes of India. The key objectives that I have given here is to establish the ODL institutions where the integrated distance education system is established under the apex body, that is the Distance Education Council, where which is basically as as sir has already quoted in the above hall, the Distance Education Council has given a presentation which is responsible for the promotion, coordination and the maintenance of standards of ODL system in India. The main objectives that I have proposed in this paper is basically the sharing of resources, what we are having in the distance education system. It is the delivery of various systems through, you can say, the online mode, the other study centers mode, pooling of courses and programs, and evolving a common pattern for all the distance education programs. This will also avoid the duplication of our programs over the institutes or the distance education institutions. The main purpose of establishing an IDS would be to have an access for cross-regional and cross-sectoral development for the distance education system in India. This will suffice to those needs, the system that I have proposed in it. The need of an IDS. Distance Education Council, which is the apex body for the distance education system in India, is also creating a common pool for programs and standard setting, and extension of quality distance education to the remote and the rural regions. It is observed that there is a limited and trained skilled teachers available in India. The IDS that I have proposed will facilitate the e-contents. I'm talking of the software part. The e-contents, the capacity building for the teachers. The ODL databases will be confined in one place. The quality instructional processes, the quality courses, the program content development. This IDS shall facilitate the sharing of resources, the knowledge and the technologies for learning. The DEI infrastructure that is available currently in various ODL institutions, where some improvement is required in some of the institutions. However, some of the institutions do have the world-class infrastructure with them. The IDS framework work for the promotion of ODL system in India, since it is established under the Distance Education Council of India, the maintenance of related educational standards and sharing of resources and coordination with the various activities pertaining to ODL institutions. Now the main part of my paper, that is what I have proposed in the network design, is on VPN technology. Though various technologies do exist, just like LAN, WAN, and what we call city to city network and all those things. Since the VPN architecture, what I have proposed is already been reviewed by various persons or various people. I have mentioned about their references also. This VPN infrastructure uh, do have their IIT infrastructure capabilities where the cost per transaction is very less, and the network design, the network what we require for the communication part is shared basis. We can share the infrastructure of various people, various ISPs, and subsequently have a tunnel for our IDES. Here I have mentioned about the review what all these people have done, like the cost effectiveness in the network design, the communication lines, the associated applications and services are, you can say, shared, and the maintenance cost per transaction, return on investments are far more less while implementing a VPN infrastructure. Now, what is, because all of you might not be knowing the VPN, what is a VPN? VPN is actually a client software connected within a server or the application part through an internet cloud that will be encrypted, or through an encrypted tunnel, it will access the applications. The VPN tunnel is established over an ISP network. So this connectivity issues are far more robust, and we use an internet cloud for this connectivity. This is a schematic view showing a VPN tunnel established over an internet cloud. The second one I have shown is the multiple clients or the multiple members. Here I have shown the IDES member LANs, which will be connected through a local ISP POP and travels through the internet cloud or the encrypted tunnel to the IDS VPN, where they can access the common applications or common databases, the various services. The IDS member LANs might be various DEIs or the CCIs or the state open universities. This is the whole schematic diagram where the national networking architecture of an IDS VPN have been proposed. This network, if you go through it, it talks about all the cities which are connected on one another internet cloud, and the Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, and in turn the state open universities or the DEIs are connected through their local POPs through internet or the VPN that I have already mentioned about, the encrypted tunnel, and access the IDS VPN ISP data structure, data center, which do have the central servers and have the applications which are shared, and have a type of a portal affiliated to the associated organizations, eliminating the need to have a separate IT infrastructure for each and every institute or an DEI institute. The main objectives of this ideas that I have proposed is to have a fast, reliable, and cost-effective nationwide networking between the ODL institutions, so that their standards are maintained in a semantic way. The benefits that I have given also in this paper are the cost effectiveness, that the infrastructure is shared and the cost per transaction is far more less as if we go for an individual, you can say, connectivity or individual applications at each and every locations. The security aspects, because these are the main aspects when we talk of an IT person or an IT related query, the authentication, the integrity, and the privacy and all the auditing aspects will be maintained, since we do have you can say an encrypted one, or we can use a secured layer over the internet, and the tunnel is established. The benefits also include sheer capital cost, the shared applications, the technical support, since the servers and all those hardware, the infrastructure is established at a single place, and these need to be maintained by the single authority. So the cost per transaction is going to be far more less. And we can have a remote access to those VPN or site-to-site VPNs also. Now, the goals that will be achieved through this IDES VPN is the policy makers. Since I am belonging to the planning division, the policy makers do have a query for the information. So this information and the you can say the information on the implementing ODL, teaching learning methodology, the modes of delivery, the media of learning, the learning technologies, and trends in research will be standardized. This will help as a network for collaboration and exchange of ideas or the experiences or lessons learned. And it will provide a gateway for free and fair access to ODL databases and knowledgeable resources. At the end, I just wanted to just consolidate and conclude that this system shall provide an excellent security features, the broadband networking solutions, the database, the complete structure is on shared basis. The IT infrastructure is on shared basis, and it can be concluded that this IDS would pave the road for the development of the integrated distance education system, which would provide an equity and quality distance education system in India. Thank you.